with Apple Notes and how we might work with tags. Well, we know how to make a note. We have this little icon here. Click that, give it a title. Let's call this something creative. Spring-like day. Spring day. First thing I saw besides my dog lying next to me. So put a spring day, press enter. Twice, got a blank line there. We'll start adding some bullets. Green grass is what I see. We won't worry about punctuation. Hay fever was something silly, I know. Work with me. If I could spell it, it'd be dangerous. Hay fever. What else do I see? Blue skies, of course. Spelling doesn't count. There we go. And pressing enter twice stops the bullets, and we'll do that. By the way, you can't not change. You cannot change the way the bullets look. They're kind of fixed, and as you notice, as I tap them, they reposition themselves. So it's like a checklist. And there's a better example of that when I talk about reminders. So remind me to talk about reminders. Oh, I know. They're always corny. So that's a bullet list. And we can press enter, go to the end, press enter again. And this will be the last one of the list. Press enter twice, and it's gone. It'll be a blank line. We talked about this button right here, how we could change the way the content looks. This is called a style list. This starts from the word processing world. The word is styles. It's a real easy way to change things. Just a high level view. So for example, if I came in here and I selected all these, oops, if you want to do that, Command Z. Remember, Command Z is an undo. So if I select all these, I go to my styles and I'll make them maybe look like dashed. There you go. Change the way they look. Or maybe just regular text. There you go. So once you type something, you have the option to, of course, change the way they look. Now remember, those were open circles. So by default, it was going to make an open circle. Let's see what it does now. There you go. So this is an old-fashioned way of doing it. Or you can maybe start doing it more modern. And we got to type something here. My apologies. This one right here, my apologies. There you go. And the bulleted list. So where the cursor was blinking is what it's changed. Kind of makes sense. And there's a different way of doing it. And one more to go. And there you go. Okay. What else do we have here? Well, this is just playing around and showing some things we saw in earlier videos. Let's make a table. This time maybe we'll make a heading. We'll put in here the word first. Spelling doesn't count. And I'm pressing the tab key. And we'll type in the word last, as in last name. Pressing enter, we'll put here, shift tab goes back. Tab goes to the right. Holding down the shift key and the tab key goes the other way. So we'll put here J, pressing tab, and we'll put PAP. Pressing enter, I'll put Sparky, who's right next to me. Keep pressing enter, and I'll put, that's enough, good enough. I'm going to press enter twice, and because I didn't enter any more information, it said that's the end of the table. All right, so that was our table. A little bit more information. We saw how this worked last time. It's a quick recording. I'll do it again because it's a nice clean window, and I'll play the recording. It's pretty darn clever. So I'm going to first record. This is a test of putting a voice recording in a note that I could then play later or send to somebody. That's the end of the note. We stop. We're done. We play. I don't know if you heard it because I had headphones on, but we'll find out soon enough. And what I can do now, if I click here, let's see if I do right clicks, right click, share audio. So I could, for some reason, maybe share it with somebody in this class here. Let's see, messages. There you go. People I've just recently sent a message to is right there. And right now, I'll just send this to John. John is always my willing participant. We'll send this to John and just put a little note here. This is a recording that we will be doing in class. Spelling doesn't count. See you Friday. And again, it does automatic correction of the word Friday. And I just sent that to John. Let's go back to notes. Now, what you're seeing here is called, mine went blank. What is this called? I completely forgot. Stage Manager. I said it before I saw it. This is Stage Manager. This is a real handy way of having windows. The same here with little dots in the bottom here. It's the same thing, but these are easier to get to. So whenever I have a window open, it disappears for a moment and can come back. This is the word Pages, rather the program called Pages. And if I tap this one, it'll be back in Notes. And if I tap this one, it's Messages. So you have an idea of how that works. And that's a result of this on the control panel, the option called Stage Manager. Now you see them. Now you don't. Now you see them. I like Stage Manager. And what I like to do is make the window, regardless of the program, as big as I can make it without affecting Stage Manager. Really handy. Really handy. Let's go back to Notes. Now, for some reason, we got stuck in this one here. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to close this. Settings. Oh, by the way, while we're here, when you're in Notes, and we are in Notes, I don't see all the notes behind this. When you want to sort by notes, it's under Notes Settings. That is where you determine how notes are sorted. They buried it. Why did they not make it under the word View, which makes logical sense? Wasn't the case. So highest level thing here to understand, when you want to sort notes, you come to Settings. You pick and choose what you want. Please note, remember, we talked about the word style. Here's where you can have what the new note will start with. I recommend the title. It's bold, it's large, you can't miss it. And then you can always change it after the fact. All right? That's what we're going to talk about in Settings. There's our notes. Oh, I had information open. We'll talk about that some other time. Where are my notes? Let's see if they're here. Notes. Oh, they're full screen because I'm recording. I don't know if I was recording this. We'll find out. So that was a recording. I sent this to John. We'll press enter a couple times. We talked about the images last time. Not going to worry about that again. This is an example of proofreading. Now, right now, there's really nothing to proofread because we just have a bunch of stuff. So we're not going to worry about anything at this level right now again. We'll just bypass that concept. Over here, we had an app to link. Maybe I want to link to a YouTube video. And as you can see, I made an Apple Notes #2 the other day, and I'm going to make a link there. Let's add a link. There it is. So the video I made for another course is now on the Amazon web server. So you can leave this program and watch these videos again and again and again. I think that's a little better than taking notes while I'm talking. I want you to be involved by typing on the keyboard while we're here. All right. The main topic here was tags. All right. We know that this is in a folder called All Cloud, and it's also going to be in a folder called Spring Day. Spring Notes, Spring Day, whatever it might be. We have two different notes. They both went with the word spring in front of it. This is in a default folder called Notes. That means it hasn't been put anyplace else. There are 20 notes. They're not in another folder. They are in the Notes folder. So if I put in here the word Apple Stuff as a folder name, I can take 20 notes, move this one right here to Apple Stuff, very technical. This will go from 19, this will go up to 47. Click and hold, drag, let go. 47, 19. Let's go look at the one called Spring Note. Where is it down? Remember, alphabetical. Alphabetical, there it is, Spring Day. So now I want to make it part of a tag. Press the pound sign. Right off the top, it shows me a whole list of them. Well, this is related to Apple, so I'll put Apple. And it already put a space there. I'll press pound sign. This relates to the workshop. Press pound sign. And this relates, of course, to notes. So it's regarding the topic notes. We're going to see this in the workshop. And everything I'm doing here is for Apple, but we'll be specific. It automatically put the color blue in because it was an existing note. Let's put here pound sign junk, one of my favorite words. If I press enter, it made it. It wasn't there before. I'll do it again. Let's put pound sign garbage. See, Nothing appeared. Garbage. I got to figure out how to spell it. There it is. It's not blue until I do that. If I come over here, those tags are right here. There's junk. How many notes have the word junk in it? Just one. How many have the word garbage? That'll be the same result, won't it? I knew my alphabet. There it is. Same note. And it tells you right here. It's showing notes that match all selected tags, garbage and junk. Let me get rid of this one. Only shows junk. Let me get rid of this. Well, oh, it can't show both because it's trying to just do an or. We want both of them to be there. Now we only want the one to be there. So it's a condition. It's getting a little technical here, but these are filters. Let's leave it at that. If I get rid of junk, right click, delete tag. Are you sure? Yes. I am now going to go to garbage. Remember, we still kept garbage, and there it is. Notice how junk's gone. That's right. Let's get rid of garbage. I do a double tap or a right click. It suppresses it. Delete the tag. I took the garbage out. And if I go up here to my notes, I'm still at 19. Remember, it was 20. We moved it. Where did we move it to? We moved it to Apple Stuff. And what was it called? Spring Day. And there they are. That's what we did. Notes are great to work with. Tags make it even more powerful. Hope you enjoyed it. More later.